So, Spain has won the World Cup. Congratulations. I thought it would be fitting, since the World Cup just passed, to read one of the meditations from Pope Benedict XVI's, written before he became Pope, Joseph Ratzinger, Seek That Which Is Above. And this one is called Play and Life. Every 4 years, the World Soccer Championship proves to be an event that captures the imagination of hundreds of millions of people. Practically no other event on Earth has such a widespread effect. It indicates that some fundamental human aspect is being addressed. What is it? The pessimist will say that it is the same as in ancient Rome: bread and circuses for the masses. Bread and circuses. This is what the life of a decadent society amounts to, unaware as it is of any higher functions. But even if we accept this observation, it is not sufficient as an explanation. Let us ask again, what is the fascination of the game that it can acquire the same importance as bread? Looking at ancient Rome again, we could say that the call for bread and circuses is really an expression of the yearning for a paradisal life, a life of satisfaction without toil, a life of fulfilled freedom. For ultimately, that is what a game is. It is something entirely free, without utility or necessity, yet which exercises and fulfills all man's capacities. Thus we could see the game as an attempt to return to paradise by stepping out of the enslaving seriousness of everyday life and the need for self-preservation, and into the free seriousness of something that does not have to be, and for that very reason has a certain beauty. In some respects, therefore, the game goes beyond everyday life. Yet initially, on the other hand, and particularly in the case of children, it has a different aspect. It is a training for life. It symbolizes life itself, anticipates it, as it were, in a freely created form. It seems to me that the fascination of soccer lies in the fact that it combines these two aspects in a very convincing form. First of all, it obliges man to discipline himself so that, through training, he masters himself. Through self-mastery, he achieves excellence, and through excellence, freedom. Above all, soccer teaches him to work together with others in a disciplined manner. The team game compels the participants to insert their individual contribution into the whole. The team is united by the common aim. The individual's success and failure lies in the success or failure of the whole team. Finally, it teaches fair play toward the opposition. The mutually accepted rules actually bind together and unite the opposing sides, and, once the game is over, provided it has been properly played, the free seriousness of opposition during the game gives way to the freedom of a game that is over. The spectators identify themselves with the game and the players, and so participate in the teamwork and the battle of skills, in both the seriousness and the freedom of the game. The players become symbols of one's own life, and this has a reciprocal effect on them. They know that people feel represented and affirmed by them. Of course, all this can be spoiled by a mercenary spirit that subjects the whole game to the baneful seriousness of money and turns it from a game into an industry, creating an imaginary world of frightening proportions. But even this imaginary world could not exist apart from the positive rationale that underlies the game, namely, to be an anticipation of life and a transcendence of life in the direction of a paradise lost. In both cases, the fundamental thing is the search for a discipline of freedom. Through adherence to the rules, we learn how to work together with and against others, and how to cope with ourselves. It could be that, as we reflect on these things, the game could actually give us a new approach to life itself, for it brings to light fundamental considerations. Man does not live by bread alone. Indeed, the world of bread is ultimately only the preliminary stage leading to what is really human, the world of freedom. But freedom lives by rule and discipline, which teach us how to live together and how we should legitimately oppose one another. They teach us to be independent of external success and personal whim, and thus to be genuinely free. The game is life. If we examine it more carefully, the phenomenon of a world devoted to soccer could give us more than mere amusement.